Hey, this is Angie. I'm just going to give you some tips on what to do if you have rolled your ankle or sprained your ankle and you're trying to get back on to your feet as soon as possible. So besides the rest, ice, compression, and elevation, you want to gently start doing some exercises so that your ankle does not get weak and stiff as you are doing rice. So here are a few exercises that you can do to help recover. Exercises you can do is gently plantar flexing and dorsiflexing your ankle. Of course, it's going to be really scary and stiff and kind of tight as you work toward it, but try to do 10 repetitions several times a day. The other one is eversion and inversion, and then circumduction. And you want to imagine trying to make a circle with your big toe and just gradually make larger and larger circles without going into more pain around the ankle sprain. Exercise is toe curls. You put a towel under your foot and try to pull the towel across the floor with using the muscles of your toes as well as the ankles to invert and evert. As you get stronger, you can put a weight on one end of the towel so that you are pulling the towel across. I would recommend something lightweight like a 1 pound or 2 pound or a can or 2 cans of soup, and then work upward as you get stronger. And then you do it for the other direction. As you can see, it's kind of hard. You really have to use your toe muscles. And then finally, you can do it pulling toward you also. And I would start with, of course, no weight, because it's pretty hard with the weight. Make sure that you're stretching the plantar fascia, so the band of connective tissue that runs along the arch of your foot. So when you're healing, you can just gently try to bring your toes back and then bring your toes downward. So you're just gradually trying to get the range of motion back in the toes and in the foot. You want to progress to strengthening. So you can do this with a resistance band for plantar flexion. You can cross your feet and strengthen into inversion. And just make sure it's around the ball of your foot. And you can strengthen into eversion. So you just switch your hand grip and do that way. And you can do this sitting, or you can do it on the bed with your legs out straight. The longer resistance band is better for that, or just in general actually, so you don't have to bend over so far. Getting range of motion back into dorsiflexion. So as your ankle heals, where it's probably really swollen around here, you gently want to just work toward being able to slide your foot back so that you get a gradual stretch into the ankle. So you want to hold it for about 10 to 20 seconds if you can, and then let it forward. Okay? 10 to 20 seconds. No pain. Shouldn't be painful, but just a gentle stretch. Eventually progressing toward having it there, and then gently with the weight of your leg in a sitting position, working toward plantar flexing as if you're working toward walking and doing push-off with your foot. And then after each session, of course, you do ice and elevation and compression. All right, hope that helps.